The ratio between the prices of petrol and diesel is 5:6 and a family consumes the same in the ratio of 9:5. Find the ratio between the expenditures for petrol and diesel. In order to proceed further, we should understand the relationship between expenditure, consumption and price. So basically the total expenditure of any purchase or any item is given by the product of the price of one item multiplied by the total number of units which was consumed. So basically we can remember this as E is equivalent to P multiplied by C, where P is the price of one item and C is the total number of items which was consumed. Now in our question, the ratio between the prices of petrol and diesel is given as 5:6. This definitely doesn't mean that the price of petrol is 5 and the price of diesel is 6. We'll have to always a constant multiplication factor in order to get the original value, right? So let's assume that there is a constant factor involved which is A. And so we can assume the original price as 5A and 6A, right? And similarly, the consumption ratio is given as 9:5. And we can also assume that there is a constant multiplication factor involved here. And the original consumptions can be assumed as 9B:5P. Now it's all about applying these two ratios in the formula because we know the original value of the price. And we know the original consumption rate. Now it's all about substituting the known values in this formula. So let's first find out the expenditure of petrol. And we know that it's the product of P times C. And the price of petrol is given as 5A. And the consumption was assumed as 9B. And similarly, the expenditure of diesel can be found by multiplying the price of diesel 6A times the consumption of diesel which is 5B. Now let's find out the ratio between these two terms. So 5A times 9B is to 6A times 5B. Now we can clearly cut off the 5's. We can also cut off the terms of A and B as well. And we are left out with 3 and 2. So the ratio between the expenditure which was spent for petrol and diesel is 3:2. Now, instead of doing all these steps, we can just do it in a single second if we know this formula already. So, expenditure is equivalent to the product of the price of one unit and the consumption rate, right? So, it's basically given as 5:6 and 9:5. We can just apply the trick of compound ratio here. So, 5 9s are 45, 6 5s are 30. So, 45:30 will be the expenditure ratio, and we can clearly simplify these values. So this should become 3 and this should become 2. So as we can see, by using the concept of compounded ratio, we can just solve the same question just like that in 1 second of time.